What's up? Inside of our Z100 Artist Interview Lounge, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks, I'm Crystal Rosas. She's already made history as part of one of the biggest girl groups in the world, Little Mix. And last we caught up, she stepped into her own spotlight with her debut single, Angel of My Dreams. It reached number 7 on the UK charts. It earned a Brit Award for a Best Pop Act. And since then, she's been releasing a string of gems for us, and it's all leading to her highly anticipated debut album. That's Showbiz, baby, due later this year. We're also going to get her first solo headline tour of the same name kicking off this fall. Fans, they are ready for it all. Welcome, Jade.
Thank you. Oh, I love coming here.
We're so happy that you always come. I mean, jumping across the pond, we know it's not easy, but you always stop by and it makes us so happy.
Always. Pleasure. Happy to be here.
How are you feeling? You had some Celsius to wake up a little bit?
A little sip, yes. I had a little mini nap on the way here in the car. So, yeah, no, I'm feeling good. I'm excited to be back in New York. It's been a minute. Not too long, though, since our last chat. But yeah, I'm really excited to hopefully see some New York fans while I'm here.
Yes, they're also ready because Angel of My Dreams, I mean, you were really nervous. You were very confident. Like, you knew where you were at. You knew what you wanted to put out. But girl, that reception.
I know. Crazy. I think I was always quietly confident about that song and that being my first single just because I knew I wanted to, like, make a big statement. But I didn't predict, like, the sort of critical acclaim and like huge sort of positive response for that particular song, and it kind of just put me on the right track from the get-go of like who I am as an artist, and it's been kind of all systems go from then on, really.
So then how did it feel when you got so much love for that and then you decided, you know what, we are ready for this, to keep it going, to start working on my debut baby?
I think Angel was always like the missing ingredient when I was writing the record, and then when I finished writing it, I was like, okay, this is Jade, this is the sound, and it's just been an amazing run, really. I've had so many incredible like pinch me moments since then, like working with Dave Chappelle on one of my music videos, getting to travel, seeing the fans everywhere. Brit Awards, like it's just been amazing, and so yeah, I'm very excited for the album to come out.
And you're getting so much love when you're seeing the fans, when you're performing these songs just by yourself. Like, how does that feel to just be on the stage as you now?
Oh gosh, yeah, so good. I think I'd forgotten what that feels like because it had been, I guess like 4 years since I'd been on a stage, and obviously the last time was with the girls. So now I'm on my own. It's very different, but the Brit Awards was kind of like my first big TV performance moment. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I really wanted to go in hard, all guns blazing. We did like lots of tricks and gags and costume changes and dance break. And yeah, I threw everything at it because I wanted to show everyone what I was capable of. And now I've just started doing festivals. I've only done 2 shows so far. But the response has just been crazy. It's been so nice to be back on stage. Aww. And just seeing people sing my own songs back to me, it does hit different. It's like different to the group. I can't explain it, but maybe because it's more personal to me now. When I see people singing that back to me, I'm like, oh wow, this is amazing.
Well, yeah, it is personal. You were talking about your song FUFN, F U for Now, is inspired by a dream.
Oh yeah.
Your man's, right?
Originally, yes, I'd had a dream that my partner cheated on me, and then I woke up fuming. So that was kind of how it originated. But then I got in the studio with Ray, and we've written a bunch of stuff together, and then it kind of escalated into like an argumentative song, but not like a goodbye song, like a you've really annoyed me right now, but hopefully we'll be fine in a day or two. So that was kind of the vibe behind FUFN. That singing that live as well is amazing. Like everyone joins in, and I think it's a bit of a sort of release for people to sing it out loud.
No, for real. Yeah. But it's funny because all of us had those dreams. Even if we're in the best place in our relationship, I don't know why that comes out. I'm like, why am I, what is going on here?
And you have to be like, guys, no, it's not real. It's not real. Stop.
Don't hate him.
No. So, I guess we've all experienced that a little bit. Yeah.
Now, take us to the moment where you got the reaction when you finally posted your tour poster and it went live and all the fans are just like losing their minds.
Yeah, it was amazing. I feel like, bless the fans, have been waiting for so long. They were sick of me saying soon about anything. They were so over it. So when I got to announce the album and the tour at the same time, they went, farewell! They loved it. We love it. Yeah, I think it was a long time coming. I was also so ready to put the announcement out as well. Yeah. I was there with them. So yeah, the response again, just insane. So many amazing comments and feedback. The artwork is so sick. I'm really happy with it. And now they have something to really look forward to. Yeah.
Because we didn't know where you were at. We knew that you were working on music and you teased the album and saying, I want to see you too. But to just drop it all at the same time,
yeah.
I mean, that was really special.
I think you just got to let them have it, haven't you? And I think, announcing the tour at the same time as the album pre-order was a great idea because it just got everyone so excited. Yeah. And September's not that far away. It's going to be here before we know it.
It's already June.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, and I've got a summer of festivals. Yeah. I've got another song coming out as well called Plastic Box. So there's a lot to keep the fans entertained in the meantime. Yeah.
Are you working on videos for these too? Because those visuals you like to drop.
I love a visual. In my head, I'm, a full visual album artist. No matter what the budget, I'm going to make it work. So, yeah, I mean, I've got a video coming out with Plastic Box, which I love. Uh-huh. But, yeah, I'm hoping to, or I am going to do some sort of visual for each song of the record because that's what I want. As a pop girly, that's what I'd want to see. So that's what I'm going to give.
And then the fans always give their own theories to these.
Yes.
Like, and sometimes you're like, sure.
I live for it. I actually love it. I know I do love like an Easter egg or little hints and clues in my visuals. But I think because I've set that up now, the fans are so smart. And also they'll read into everything. And sometimes they'll be like, oh, so this means this. And I'm like, yes, it does. Well done. I'm like, wow. So, no, I love that part of it all. I think as a pop artist, the visuals are just as important as the music sometimes, or they can make someone love a song more, or, if a video takes off, like with Angel, people were so obsessed with that music video, especially over here in the US. I feel like the video helped put that song out there even more because it was such a talking point. So, yeah, I always want to give it the most with that.
Mm. And we're also loving your style. You're fitting into this person that you have been for so long, and you're grabbing these pieces from here and there. It's very, very unique. So what goes in your brain when you're trying to figure out what your style is going to be?
Well, I think I like the kind of Hannah Montana sort of vibe. I like day to day sort of being like this. I've got quite a, boyish or tailored style day to day. But when I'm on stage, that's when I go full throttle. I love it all. The glamour, the glitz, the sequins. I'm obsessed and inspired by all the divas. And again, pop girly mantra, you've got to go hard or go home. The outfits have to make a statement every time, or just be fun and creative. That's such a blessing to be able to do that. So yeah, with the music videos, with the performance looks, more is more.
Do you ever feel like
always
you might want to bring out the big bows from retirement?
Oh my gosh, the 2012 bows had everyone in a chokehold. I've apologized to so many fans for making them think that was a good choice.
No.
But no, do you know what?
It was a moment, girl.
It really was a moment. I would not leave the house without some sort of bow, maybe multiple, on my body. Braces, bow ties, knee-high socks. That was the look back then. I've got no regrets, to be fair, but maybe I should. Yeah, I should bring it back.
Bring it back. A big bow dress.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I'm sure there's a way of doing it.
Well, you were mentioning tours and shows and festivals. This is going to be the summer of all festivals, and you just were the headliner for a big weekend, which is such an honor. How did that feel, knowing that you were going to be the main event for that?
That was, do you know what it is? I didn't even have time to think about it. That was my first ever solo show, and it was headline that big weekend. So it's okay, I'll really throw myself on the deep end here. but it was so fun. And I've forgotten what that adrenaline feels like when you're on stage, and there's the crowd reaction, and I'd worked so hard obviously in rehearsals to make sure it was the best show it could be. And again, like the reviews and the response from it was just crazy. I was like, okay, I'm home. This is what I love doing the most, is being on stage, performing for the fans. And we've got some amazing gigs coming up, like doing Glastonbury. That's crazy. To not even have an album out yet and be booked for Glastonbury is pretty amazing. So
how are you prepping your mental for that? What are you doing before the show? Like, what are you listening to? What are you eating?
I mean, I always obviously rehearse. I try my best to build my stamina up. So like every morning of rehearsals, I'll literally like do a run and do laps around the space while singing, and try and build up that stamina to sing and dance at the same time, because she's a full live vocal, okay? And that's hard to do with this full out dancing. So yeah, I'm really trying to train my body to get used to that again. And then I always set an intention with every show, because I don't want to be the kind of artist that just kind of rocks up to every single show and is like, okay, this is this one. It's the same thing every time. Oh, wow. Like every show has a different audience, or different looks, or something that will make that show stand out every single time. That's kind of what I'm trying to do. Yeah.
You also just announced that you are going to be performing at the Glass House.
Yes, so that's going to be really special. So I'm doing that with the BBC in the UK. It's called Proms, and basically I'll be performing a lot of my music with a huge orchestra. So it's going to be really special, like new versions of all the songs. Probably do a couple of little mixed songs, of course. Maybe one or two covers, and it's really special because it's in my hometown. Yeah,
what an honor, and how beautiful that's gonna look and sound, and like a whole orchestra just for you.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it because I love the bells and whistles. I'll dance and sing and do all that in a normal show, but I think it would be nice to actually just sort of stand and sing and show off my vocals without the hindrance of a full out dance break. So yeah, I'm excited for that, and all my family will be there, and it's gonna be really special.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So many amazing things coming up. We had to hit your biggest fans on IG and on TikTok.
Oh,
and we, went from one comment to like just so many comments and like, can we ask? I want to ask Jade.
Aww.
Little Jade Mix wants to know, what's a creative risk you took that you're very proud of?
Oh, creative risk that I took. I mean, I think every music video has some sort of shock element. I know with Age of My Dreams video, to be fair to the label, they did kind of let me do my own thing, but obviously I was pushing it a lot with this idea of the music industry personified. So in the Angel of My Dreams music video, there's this character M, and he represents the music industry. And there are a few times where like the team would come over in the video shoot and be like, are you sure you want to push this? Are you sure you want to put this out there? Because there's going to be a lot of press about it, a lot of feedback of like, who's it about and what does it mean and all this stuff. But I was adamant that, this is my story and I want to tell it. It's my truth in my own chaotic, quirky, weird way. So it was important to do that. And then the other creative risk, I guess, was just like the whole Dave Chappelle thing, because we moved mountains to make that work. And to be fair, I think even David took a risk kind of with me, because I'm still a new artist. I'm not necessarily like Britney Spears yet or anything, and the fact that he went out of his way as well to be like, no, I believe in Jade and I want to work with her. Me and my manager Kevin, we like did everything we could to make that happen, because if David LaChapelle calls you and wants to work with you, you never turn that down. So I guess that was a creative risk in terms of putting everything into something like that so soon. And again, in that video, there's the like Carrie moment where like the blood spills over me and it's quite shocking. And again, we were like, should we not? Is it too much? And then me and David were like, it's never too much. So we did it. But yeah, I think anytime I've learned this along the way, that anytime I take a creative risk, or think, oh, should I do this because of how people might respond, then usually my answer is yes, do it then. Because that's what it's all about, isn't it? There's no point playing it safe.
No.
And, you know, every time I have pushed myself, it's been for the better. So that's my kind of goal every time.
And your fans feel that. Like, they know that the things you're doing aren't playing it safe.
No,
like, you're
no.
pushing the envelope.
And listen, it might not always work, but I'd much rather do something more out there or do something that might not land and be like, oh, okay, like, that was nice again, or that was, do you know what I mean? I want to shock. I want to prove to people that I'm willing to, like, push the boundaries of what, like, pop means to me.
Yeah. Little Jade Mix also wants to ask, is there an underrated artist or band you're currently obsessed with that you think deserves more love?
Ooh. I mean, there's so many, to be honest. First person that comes to my mind is an artist called Rose Gray. She's from the UK, but she's signed over here, I think. She's just brought out a record. And she's like a sort of dance pop artist. She's really amazing. I think she's really going to get bigger and bigger this year. And I think she's supporting Kesha on tour over in the US this year. So anyone listening, you might want to check her out. Rose Gray. Her music's phenomenal. And I think she's represented, well, I know songwriting wise, by Justin Tranter, who's a huge songwriter. He did, like, oh god, the list's endless with Justin Tranter. So many huge hits. So yeah, she's exciting. My Girls Flow, the girl band in the UK, R&B, pop, amazing, so talented. I think they've just finished their first US tour over here. And yeah, they deserve all the flowers. And it's really hard for girl bands. I know this firsthand. It's really hard for girl bands to do well. Whenever I see a new one pop up, I'm like, come on, please. And I think they are gradually getting the praise they deserve. So yeah, I want to see them do well. I'm also loving Cat's Eye at the minute.
Yes, Cat's
as well.
Eye.
That gnarly song. Oh my god, I literally can't get it out of my head. It's so good. I think they're great. I just love girl bands in general though, so I'll always be supportive of them.
Thank you for putting on for the girlies.
Always.
We need that. Bad Mix Editor on IG.
Oh, I know who that is.
Wants to ask, what's a message you hope your fans take away from this album?
I hope the fans take away from this album, like, I guess just, oh, okay, she's done it. She did it. Like,
Wow.
I think this record really is a culmination of, like, years of hard work and figuring out who I am. I do think the album itself kind of sounds like an experiment of me, like, playing with different sounds, figuring out who I am. Some of the songs are very different to each other. I didn't want it to sound too cohesive for this first record because I wanted the fans to experience what I was experiencing through this. And that was, the idea that, you know, I came out of a band and I was like, okay, who am I on my own? And that, I think that's reflected in the music. You know, and I always want to create like a safe space for my fans. And for them to know that whoever they are and whoever they choose to be, they're always welcome in my fandom. So, yeah.
Love it. Jade's Freak wants to know. Songwriting can be a form of therapy. What song from your album was the most therapeutic for you to write?
Ooh, song from my album. I don't want to give anything away. I'm trying to think what the other songs are. There is a song on there that is kind of like about my anxieties, or I've got like a bit of a like eye tick and twitch that I get when I'm really nervous or anxious or tired and stuff. So I literally wrote a song about that, and it's kind of about me fighting myself and being like a bit of a self-saboteur at times, which I think is quite relatable. Sometimes we're our own worst enemy, aren't we? I know I'm my like biggest critic.
Yeah.
So the song is kind of about making sure that I don't like destroy myself with my own like critique on what I do.
What helps you with that?
Well, writing music,
Aww.
writing poetry. I always try and write down like what I'm grateful for, but also what I'm proud of myself for. Because sometimes I think when you're in the thick of it, and I feel like this is for anyone, if you're really busy with work or, you know, everything's a bit overwhelming, you can forget actually how far you've come.
Mm-hmm.
And especially for me, I'm so ambitious. I'm always striving for the next thing. Like, okay, how can I better this? Every time I finish a show, I'm like, what can I do better next time? And sometimes I just need to take a seat and be like, babe, it's like, you're doing really well. Like, you're smashing it. And, you know, when I think even like 5 years ago from now, before I even started this solo journey, like the fact that this is where I am now and this is how well I'm doing, I could not have predicted that, and I'm really proud of myself for getting that far. And I think everyone should channel that energy. Yeah.
That's beautiful, and it's so true. Like, just take a step back and be like, what are you proud of from yourself?
Like, look at you with your own show.
Oh,
here right
Jade.
now, smashing it. Every time I come and see, I'm like, okay, she's leveling up. Like, sometimes you've got to remind yourself of that, you know.
Thank you, Jade.
Yeah.
The last fan question from Jade's Hot Wasabi.
Nice.
Jade, if you had your own Lady Marmalade like pop track, what 3 other pop icons would you have featured on it? Much love from Daniel.
I think about this often, genuinely.
See, they have your same brain. They know.
Who would be my Lady Marmalade? Oh gosh, Dochi for sure. I'm thinking like who's gonna give us vocal and choreo. I mean Chapel. She'd be giving that pink energy, as in like she'd be giving us the sort of grit and the big vocals. I think Tyler would be great. Tate McRae.
Oh my gosh, those legs.
Those legs, that choreo. I've seen a lot of clips of her tour because she just performed in London. I couldn't make it, unfortunately. But I was like, wow, like that show is amazing. So yeah, she's fab. Who else would be great as a Lady Marmalade gal? That's who I can think of right now. But there's so many girls that are smashing it at the minute.
I know.
And I do think we are due like that big Lady Marmalade moment again. I think it's gonna be really hard to recreate that actually, but we can only hope.
We'll have it in the works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jade, how does it feel to be Jade right now?
Oh my gosh. It feels, how does it feel with Jade? It feels like I've arrived. I feel like it feels like I'm at home, like especially at the minute now I'm performing again. Sometimes it feels overwhelming just because, you know, being in the public eye always will feel like that. I've noticed as well like a sort of increase even from like 10 years ago just with social media now. Like it's so full on. Everyone has something to say all the time. So I really try not to get sucked into that too much. But for the most part it feels yeah, like I've arrived and like I feel whole.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're becoming you.
Was it cheesy?
No. No, but it's true. That's a good feeling. I mean, you've put in the work in the industry.
Oh yeah.
You're still putting in the work.
Always.
And you've just been getting so much love from all like the love you put into your work.
Yeah.
So that's an ode to you.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm really happy with how things are going. And I actually genuinely do love what I do. So I just feel grateful that I get to do this every day. Yeah.
What about all the fans that are supporting you still from day one?
I can't believe it. There are still fans even now because I've started doing shows again in the front row. There's the same group of fans that have legit been there for like years and years. And they still show up for me time and time again. And that's so beautiful. But what's also just as exciting is seeing this new fan base happening. New fans, people who didn't even know who I was or didn't even know about, you know, Little Mix. And that's really cool. I think that they're not just fans that were like, oh, I liked Little Mix, so now I'm going to like Jade. There's a lot more new fans who are just into my music, which I think is really cool. And I've noticed that over here as well when I come over to the US. People will stop me now and be like, oh, I really love your music. And they'll have like no backward like context, which I think is really cool. So yeah.
Wow. Oh, well, thank you
Thank
for always
you.
coming by when you come to New York.
Always.
I know you're so busy and you're doing so many things, but it really makes us so thankful that you want to connect with your fans like this. Thank you to the fans
Absolutely.
that brought in all the questions for Jade. She
Thank
obviously
you. I
loves
love it.
hearing from you too. And we can't wait to hear the album.
Yes.
We can't wait for September, the tour to kick off.
I'll be back here, hun, if you'll have me.
Yes, we will. I beg.
I'll see you in September.
I'll dissect that album track by track. I'll be like,
Yes.
Jade, this, and more fan questions.
Please.
We always are going to welcome you here home in New York City at Z100. So thank you, Jade.
Thank you so much.